Hi, I'm Barbara Fleming. I'm an internal medicine physician with a PhD in nutrition and a passion for sharing health information that will help us to achieve our best health. Today, I want to talk with you about living without cancer and living longer with cancer. And really, that's in the form of a book report. This is a wonderful resource, and we'll talk about it, Anticancer, A New Way of Life. But first, let me give you a little background information. This year alone, over 1 million Americans will be diagnosed with cancer. 1 out of 3 of us will face this diagnosis in our lifetime. And amazingly, even by conservative estimates, 50% of cancers are preventable. So how did we get in this mess? Well, we eat too much. We don't exercise enough. We eat red meat. We eat processed foods. We make sure we have the extra large sugary drink when we eat our double cheeseburger and our French fries. We sit at our desk 8 to 10 hours a week, and then we stress out about all this. And all of those are very unhealthy behaviors that lead to disease, including cancer. This is a book that I think will be an incredible resource for your family. Anticancer, A New Way of Life by Dr. David Servan-Schreiber. Dr. Servan-Schreiber was a physician, a neuroscientist, the co-founder and director of the Integrated Medicine Center at the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. At the age of 31, he developed a malignant brain cancer and was treated using conventional therapy, did well, went into remission, but then his cancer came back. Again, he underwent conventional therapy, which he's totally in support of. This is not an alternative medicine book. But at any rate, he did have that therapy. And then he asked his oncologist a very reasonable question. He said, in addition to everything that medical science can do for me, what can I do for myself to help to keep this cancer from coming back? Now, I need to read you the exact response that he got from his doctor. And the answer was, there's nothing special to do. Just live your life normally. Luckily, he ignored that answer, was actually quite amazed by it, and spent the next couple of years developing this book. He talked to researchers, he evaluated literature, and basically came up with a number of strategies that have been proven to be useful for patients with cancer and very useful for patients who hope to avoid cancer. What I'd like to do is just to walk you through this book so you'll have some idea of what you'll find in here. And I'm just going to look at the table of contents. He starts out with a very clear, easy to read, in fact it's a very enjoyable read. The first thing he does, he discusses cancer and what cancer's weaknesses are. So if you wanted to avoid it or you wanted to attack it, as he describes diet, as he describes activity, you'll understand how that works in avoiding or ameliorating problems with cancer. There's a really good chapter here on anti-cancer foods. He talks about what you should eat and why, and then gives very practical recommendations. One of my favorite discussions in this book is on turmeric, which is a spice that's been used in India since the beginning of India probably, and has very strong anti-inflammatory properties. And the more we learn about it, the more we know it has anti-cancer properties. So he describes that, describes the mechanism, describes the studies, quotes the literature, talks to the experts. In fact, Dr. Barak Agrawal, who's at MD Anderson, wrote a wonderful book on healing spices. Well, his research is detailed in here. And he does that for a whole variety of foods. There's a grocery store shopping list included. This is a practical book, as well as one that'll give you a lot of theory. The anti-cancer mind is discussed, attitudes, approaches to life. He also talks about the anti-cancer body. What do we need to do in terms of physical activity? The anti-cancer environment. It's not just what we eat, it's also the water that we drink, the air that we breathe, the chemicals that we use to clean our homes. So it's a really very thorough approach to all of these. I think you'll like this book. I think you'll find it very readable and very practical. To tell you the truth, I've probably given this book as gift to maybe 15 people, and I always keep a couple of extra copies on hand in case I need a gift. This is a wonderful resource, and I think it would be a wonderful gift for you and your family if you pick up a copy at the library or order one online and read it. I have more information on this on a blog that I do, www.yourbesthealthconnection.com, so check that out if that topic interests you. Here's to your best health.